We need you to sign this if you want to work here and do this. This is what we're going to do. This is the direction that we want to move as a dealership, right? We want salespeople to be professional, right? Which means we need to look the part, we need to act the part, and we need to perform the part, right? I mean, those are exceptionally important. Optics are important. What you say, how you say it is important. And what you produce is important as well, right? We want to make people, when they walk into this store, particularly if they've come in through an appointment, to go, wow, man, this is the right place. These are the right people. You know, this is the right product. That's what we want to take. That's what we want to take place, instead of a bunch of silliness that goes on. So, so production-wise, everybody understands our map on these appointments, right? It's absolutely essential that you get there. Your managers we'll have a meeting with them in a little while, and we'll explain to them what they need to do to help you get there, right? But the bottom line is it really comes down to you. It really comes down to you, right? We can always use help from other people. We can always use guidance. We can always use, how do we accomplish this? But at some point, if it's our personal business, we need to take it personally, right? We need to take it personally. We need to understand that we're either the captain of our own ship or we're not. We're either making our own way or we're not, you know? So, there's some movie, I forget what it is, but the guy's talking about why he loves baseball so much, you know, and he said, and his deal was, you know, in baseball there's no gray line. You can either hit a curveball or you can't, right? There's no gray line. You can either do it or you can't. And that's the kind of line here. The difference is I promise you, your work ethic will accomplish that. But if you don't work, it won't. If you don't make an attempt, it won't. But we're making a switch from moving from, we need you to dial 25 times, to I need to talk to some people. That number needs to be, if you're going to establish one appointment a day, you need to talk to at least 10 people a day. That's what you need to talk to. You need to talk to 10 people a day about what it is that their car buying needs are. You want to talk to 2, you're not going to get very many appointments. You want to dial the phone and fool yourself as to that I'm working, it doesn't work that way, right? You need to talk to 10 people a day. And to talk to 10 people a day needs to mean you need to segment some time and spend time doing that. You can't run across at 8, oh, I forgot, I've only talked to one person today, I need to get on the phone and call a couple of people. It doesn't work that way. And to be quite frank with you, the appointments, particularly in the beginning, I don't care why they're coming here. I don't. I never did as a salesperson. Guys coming in to look at a car. Guys coming in to give me an evaluation of a car. Guys coming in to, you know, let me introduce him to service. Guys coming in here just to have a cup of coffee with me. I didn't care. Because once those people started showing up, I started doing things with them. And at least I got them more fermented on my Ferris wheel, as Bobby would say. I don't care why they're coming in. I want floor traffic. I want floor traffic. I want to be able to walk out there and talk to a customer, do a presentation, do a demonstration on a car. That's what I want to do. I don't care whether he's buying a car today or not. That's what I want to do. Because the more times I do that, the more those turn into sales or turn into referrals or turn into something else on down the line. I don't care. So I'm not asking you or telling you these people got to be firm coming in buying a car. We're not going to get upset with you if this guy's coming in to give you an evaluation on the new Venue. You know, you own an Elantra, really like for you to look at this car. Could you come by and tell me what you think of it? That's fine with me. That's fine with me. What you'll find is those deals start turning into relationships that start turning into sales. You know, too often we have in our mind, I got to make a call. I got to find somebody that's going to come in and buy a car, and I got to sell a car to him. It's activity that breeds productivity. Create the activity. The productivity will come on its own. I promise you it'll come on its own. Okay? Bill, I'll let you. Need to see the managers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, everybody got your hand out? Okay, we're gonna run through this fairly quick. And I got money, so I need everybody's attention.
Hey, mine's already signed, sir.
Okay, it's not about signing it, it's about understanding what you're signing, okay? Everybody can just sign it, but we have to know what we're doing and why we're doing it, okay? Bill, read the first paragraph for me.
Process is BDC appointment set for sales. Handoff. Following an established process is a choice, but be very clear that it is not suggestion. As with any choice in life, there are rewards for doing the right thing and consequences for choosing not to. We appreciate the value you commit to the success of both yourself and the dealership, which is why we would like to continue to have you be a part of it. Variances in the process on a case-by-case basis only. Require approval by the member of the executive leadership team. Jimmy, Bill, Glenn, Sandra, Aurora. Any approved changes, why they were necessary and who approved them, are to be noted on the customer file. Please note, these processes will be updated regularly to constantly improve our teams, our sales, and our customers' experiences. So keep in mind that the information below is subject to change from time to time.
Okay, thanks. Does everybody understand what that means? Does everybody understand what that means? Okay? We're gonna follow a process regardless, okay? There's not a choice here, okay? It's all about doing it the same way every time to end up with success, right? So we want everybody on the same page. If we get everybody on the same page, okay, we're gonna go forward all in the same direction and sell more cars, okay? So we will modify this from time to time to make it better and better. As we modify that, we're going to give you copies, updated copies, so everybody knows what's going on, what's changed, so on and so forth. And we'll have a quick meeting. Okay, so at the very beginning, the BDC sets an appointment. Okay, everybody understands that. The BDC is going to add themselves as the agent. They will add the sales manager, okay, JT, okay, because he's the point guy, okay, and if he's not right here, we're adding Derek, okay, so they have control of that lead as soon as the appointment's made. They will notify them as well, okay. The BDC will add the PhD, okay. Again, it's everything to do with the customer, what's happening, why it's happening, and as much as we know who they are, okay, so that everybody knows what's going on. All you have to do is read it, okay, which is a must, guys, before you do anything. Okay, the BDC is then going to create tasks. Now there's different tasks for different items. The task, there's a 1 o'clock task set for day 13, okay? That's so they can take over after the process, unless you're engaged with that customer and working with them, okay? Does that make sense? That's what we're doing right now, guys. Nothing's changed there. Okay, the 5 a.m. task is set to JT or Derek, so they know they have to confirm that call. They will confirm the call. They need to do that right away, as soon as it's handed off to them, so that the customer knows where to go, how to get here, everything else. There's a 7 a.m. task. Okay, that task is used to indicate the opportunity as a fresh lead. Okay, so it's not somebody you've been working, it's somebody that's brand new. A 12 a.m. task is set for the day after the appointment. Okay, so the BDC knows to follow up with that person. They can make sure they showed. Okay, if not, they go into a follow-up mode to get them back here. Step 3. Ownership of the appointment is transferred to the sales department. Okay, a notification is sent to the approved sales manager via text. Okay, so they're notified it's there. The manager is going to respond back, allowing everybody to know that they received it, they know what's going on. Okay. Appointments are not to be handed off to anyone other than the people on the approved for the store. Okay, in this case it's JT and Derek. Okay, JT will be the point guy at the very beginning. Okay, he's going to be the guy. Unless he's not here, then it'll roll over to Derek. The notified person listed above will then assign the customer to the appropriate team. Okay, they have a Google Sheet, okay, that allows it to go from team to team. So every team will be fair. This is all about being fair, okay? And it's going to reward people that do their job. Okay, step 4. The appointment confirmation and salesperson assignment. Okay, the confirmation will be modified in November, okay, because once we get all this happening, we're going to tweak it a little bit and make sure it's working for everybody. Okay, so we'll have a round table with the executive team, see if there's anything we need to change or if we need to keep it the same. The process listed below is intended for the placeholder until that occurs, and should be followed beginning immediately. Okay, so the sales manager is going to that is assigned is going to attempt to confirm the appointment within 2 hours. Okay, we want that to be immediate, but within 2 hours they need to go through the process. Okay. If guys, we need to turn phones off, okay? Gotta turn phones off. If the appointment is not confirmed, the same manager is going to attempt to contact the phone first until the customer is reached using the following timetable. The timetable is going to be the morning before the appointment, call first, then text. Then evening before the appointment, call first, then text. Then the morning of the appointment, call first, then text. Only the manager is going to reach out to that customer. Okay? Not the salesperson. We do not want the salesperson to reach out. If another manager is helping, they will reach out as that manager. In other words, if it's assigned to JT and JT's doing some things and Brian's going to help try and get that confirmed, Brian is going to change his computer into JT, okay? And he will call as JT and try and confirm. Okay? So we want to keep one person with that customer so they don't feel like they're getting bombarded with all sorts of people. Okay? As everybody knows, sometimes we get those phone calls that, look, you got everybody and their mother calling me. We don't want that. Okay? We want to be able to flow through that with one manager calling, and if that manager's busy, another manager can do it. They're just going to represent themselves as that person. Okay, does everybody understand that? Okay. Regardless of the confirmation, the sales manager is to assign an appointment to appropriate salesperson using their team round robin. Okay? In other words, on your team, if it's Derek's team, that if it's Derek's team, okay, and he's assigned that lead, that opportunity, okay, he will assign it in rotation to his team. Okay, does that make sense to everybody? Okay, so it's gonna rotate between the managers, and then it'll rotate between their team. Okay, questions on that? Okay, the assigned salesperson will be notified immediately and is required to read through the customer file. That's important, guys, because we need to note everything. Okay, if you don't read it, we could say something silly. So we need to make sure we're reading everything. A lot of times we go, I gotta make a phone call. Okay? Guys, read the file. Take 2 minutes, read the file, know what's going on. We need to locate the vehicle on the lot for the appointment. Okay? If the appointment is scheduled more than 48 hours from the date it is created, the salesperson should locate the vehicle the day before. Okay, immediate process modifications. Okay, PhD summaries are to be entered in as note by the BDC inside the CRM at the time of the appointment is set, and the sales manager at confirmation. In other words, they're going to put all the notes in there of what's going on from the BDC. The manager that confirms it is going to note it again. So everything's going to be right there for you. Specific qualifiers. Qualifiers have been created for a salesperson to be allowed to work the set appointment. These qualifications are subject to change. It says here 30 to 90 days, but as Jimmy said, it's every 2 weeks till we get going. Okay, does everybody understand that? Sales people are not to call and confirm and introduce themselves prior to the appointment. Guys, that's very important. We don't want to overwhelm these people with calls. We want to try and keep it to a minimum so we don't scare them away. Managers will now follow a specific timetable for the confirming appointments, which we just went through. Okay. Defining updates, terms, expectations. What constitutes a note in the CRM? Okay, the PhD, guys, is what it is, right? The personal historical deal is an easy way to remember what should be included in the note. These notes should give enough information that someone, you, manager, BDC, could pick up where the salesperson left off, and in a relationship being built at any time. Okay, so if you put all the notes in, if a manager puts them in, if the BDC puts them in, if you put them in, and something happens to where somebody's not readily available, we can read it, know what's going on. Okay, does that make sense to everyone? Okay. Now we're going to the PhD guys again. P stands for personal. What do you know about the customer personally? Does he have a daughter named Molly who plays soccer and prevented a test on a Saturday afternoon? Married, single, hobbies, any information you can get. A lot of times people start talking about their dog or their cat, or they have horses, or what have you. Guys, that's good information, because when you talk to them, that's common ground, right? If I start talking to you about your dog and your dog's important to you, right away, we're on the same page. We're on the same wavelength. It makes everything go smoother. The H stands for historical. What is the normal buying cycle, trade cycle? Do they have a dealer they normally work with? Where is the service work performed? Do they normally lease, buy, and what about cash down in the past? Okay? Guys, what that tells you is how they bought a car before. It pretty much will tell you how they're going to buy this one. Okay? Because people follow the same routine. Okay? You get up in the morning, you brush your teeth, you take your shower, what have you. Okay? Everybody follows the same routine. It's the same thing when buying a car. Okay? If people put money down, they're going to put money down this time. Okay? If people put zero down, they're going to put zero down this time, typically. Okay? The D stands for deal. This is an easy one. Where did we leave off? Did we give any numbers? Did we talk about terms at all? What about cash down specific to the deal? Anything they were out on or completely loved? Okay? Which means, guys, if we're missing the deal by $10, if we need $500 more, we know what to talk about, right? So we need to note all that. Okay, how does the qualifier apply to you? We kind of briefly touched on it. But a qualifier is an action-based requirement that is put into place for individual salespeople or sales teams to be followed as part of the process. Okay? That action item is communicated with the teams, both verbally and in writing, with a timetable to complete them in order to continue working the internet opportunities as well as appointments set by the BDC. Okay? The results are then reviewed and established a list of qualifiers, who's qualified, who's disqualified. Okay? So we've already established that. It's 5. Okay? You got to do 5 appointments a week. Okay? And again, appointment has to be a real appointment. Okay? It doesn't mean that Mickey Mouse is coming in, okay, to drive a car. Okay? We have to confirm that appointment, okay, and make sure it's real and it's not a redundant appointment. Okay? Does that make sense to everyone? Okay. Whether you qualify to work an internet appointment is completely up to you. As of now, everyone is approved, okay, to work the internet appointments on the sales floor. Okay? So it's up to you to lose. Okay? We want everybody part of the team. Okay? That's going to make you money, guys. The more appointments you get, okay, the easier it is to sell cars. Okay? We want to help you get there. This is not a penalty. This is a reward. Okay? If you just do what you're supposed to do, you'll be successful. The minimum requirement is 5. To qualify, these appointments must be set by the salesperson, not the BDC, it's by you. Rescheduled appointments are considered aren't considered unique. PhD notes must be included in each file. Okay? So, guys, is there any questions on any of this? It's pretty basic. It's set there to make you succeed. Okay? We're trying to get it better and better and better. Okay? So we're gonna tweak some things from time to time. We're gonna enhance it. We're gonna take input. We always want to hear from you. Okay? So, any questions? Yes.
Does the 5 matter whether, I know you went through the rules several times and it says 5 a week, but does it matter like if you do 20 the first 15 days and then 5 the next 15 days?
Right now it does,
It does.
because it's 2 weeks at a time.
So if you have your appointment you just stop?
So, no. We want you to, make no mistake, guys. That's a minimum qualifier. We want you making 2 appointments a day. Okay? To stay on the program of getting appointments, you have to make 5 a week. Okay? If you made 6 this week and 4 next week, you have an average of 5. Okay? So you're okay there. Is that your question?
Yes, sir.
Okay? But we also don't want you to go like a fiend and get 10 appointments today and not do anything for 2 weeks. Okay, that's not the idea behind it. Okay?
But
But,
right now, that would qualify you.
okay? Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What other questions, guys? Yes?
So if you bring a customer in on an appointment and it turns out they have to come back another day and you set another appointment for them on another day, does that
Counts as 1. Counts as 1. We still want to set that appointment. Okay, so if you have somebody here today and they say, I really want to get this, but I got to check with the dog. Okay? Set that next appointment, but it counts as 1. Okay? Any other questions, guys? Guys, if you have questions, ask them. It's not going to hurt you.
Shows, does it matter like the shows? Let's say you said 5 and only 3 show up.
Okay, so we want you to make appointments. The managers their responsibility is to confirm that appointment. Okay? We know some people aren't gonna show. Okay? But if it's fake appointments, we're taking them out. Okay? So don't just throw in appointments to hit your number. Okay? Because we will take them out. Okay? The idea is not to penalize you on things. The idea is to get more and more appointments so you sell more and more cars. Okay? And we understand the law of averages and so on and so forth. Okay? Does that kind of answer your question? That's a good question, guys. Do you have a question? No? Okay, so what we need at this point then, guys, everybody needs to sign the sheet. Now hold on to them. Okay, everybody needs to sign them. Your manager has to sign them as well. Did you screw that one up already? Okay. I've got copies for everybody. So you get a copy of what you're signing. Who's missing here?
Bill, he just went outside.
It's fine, sir.
Okay, these are the new teams, guys. And the days off. If you notice at the bottom, okay, I kept the day before and the day after, modified the time a little bit. Okay, basic coverage. And if it's Friday or Monday is your day off, you'll see that there's a difference there. Okay, on your before and after, because of the weekend. Everybody works Saturday, we know that. Okay, does everybody understand that?
So the X's mean you're on or you're off?
Okay, if you have one X, you're not gonna work 1 day a week. Okay, so that's your day off.
What?
So the only thing that changes is the day before your day off. You leave at 3 instead of 1.
What's that?
The day before your day off, you leave at 3 instead of 1.
Yeah, you leave at 3. Then you have your day off. Then the next day, you're back at 1. Okay. Okay, if you're off on Friday, you leave at 3 on Thursday, you're off on Friday, you work Saturday, and you come in late on Monday. If you're off on Monday, you're off early on Friday, you work Saturday, you're off on Monday, you come in late Tuesday. Does everybody understand?
No.
Huh?
No.
What day are you off?
I don't know. You have 3 X's on my sheet that.
You're off on
No,
Monday.
go to a regular day off if you want it.
Look at the days at the top.
Two of those
Okay.
names.
Yeah, the scale's too confusing.
Okay, Bill, can you?
You're right, you're off on Monday. So these X's are for Joe and Raphael. That's your manager, and that's your desk manager.
Okay, so you're off, your desk manager is Raphael,
Okay.
your team leader is Joe, your day off is Monday, okay? Which means you're off on Monday, you don't come back until Tuesday, midday, right? So, at 1, okay? On Friday, you're off at 3. But you still work on Saturday. Everybody works Saturday. Okay? Does that make sense, guys? Questions? Yes.
I have a question. I don't know if anybody else will, but are we allowed to switch days? Cause I have on Thursdays, I have a speech with
No.
my son, so we can't.
No, not right now.
Alright.
Okay, so you have to switch stuff. Okay? Okay, guys, the best part of the day.
That's probably the days when I saw the car.
When you go home and say,
No, that's not just.
when you're home, is still something?
Yes, probably. Year and a half. Or 2.
I'm like, yeah. Just sign all the papers you have in front of you, go to finance.
Okay, sign your papers, guys. I got copies up here for everyone.
So you just want the back sheet, is what you want?
No, I want the whole thing.
Okay, so we gonna get a copy of this, is what I'm saying, yeah.
I have copies up here for everyone.
We keep the schedule
in there, or do we gotta wait for the vendors?
Just push them to the end.
and the schedule, PT. Cool. Thank you, sir.